Alright, so we're going to tighten this off tonight with what I want number 3. We're going to make this a whole 45-minute, hour deal. Yeah, sit in. Digging all the gems out of this you want. So what I want is I got to be able to obviously do this from the stone mill. Go figure, I got some training on this one about how to get some of them gems out of there. Realistically, there's M1, M2, MN, which the paper NPP and NP problem. Yeah, NP problem, that thing. Yeah, please, that stuff. In the stone mill, like, I gotta be able to see Grandmaster, Sergeant. I flip the camera on Rich. I go, guess what? Marshmallow, you're rusty snake cobra keeping Florida regulations. Because that's what it becomes. Who's got the technical ability to be able to handle that? I'm gonna go get a bottle of I'm gonna get a handful of these things by whatever fucking means possible, because that Keter is down on the board. Straight up, CDC motherfucker, what's up? Hedge under the curve. Right? Who doesn't like to do that? I hear a lot of things about quantum operator nowadays. Oh boy, you're on the operating number. I mean, under gravity, under the curve, everybody's dead. You're gonna die. There's certain things about timelines and your functions, chemistry, and drinking. I want to be able to go out, watching Practical Jokers, kind of keep it in my box on my 8-hour, 10-hour turnover to exactly what that looks like, and why every person, every system, dog training program across the board has to be understood, because it creates huge differentials if you top screw MG that thing for a kid that has differential and just wants cobra, tarantulas, just in America, freedom, and not a lot to do with it, because you got to think about it. I love the freedom. I think there's time and choice to do certain things, but it would lead to different results. You stop being the girl that's shitting on top of the cop car flipped over in riots for whatever reason. Matter in terms of the tanks I want to roll in on people when they flip over a cop car and fuck the number. Say, matter in the net force is a very specific fish catching super ship with bycatch filters of the adjusted numbers. Like, I'm a scientist. I literally got drugged by physics while you rounded everybody up here, and I happen to be the one cop in the middle of all this, because that shit happens. Compositionally wise, elements 83% about environments that sublimate across the board on fields and lines, fractal variances on what this does. So, Russia, China, workforce program, I'd like to see what you do. I'd like to keep that documented program where anybody can do what those do, because they are gravitational situations beyond the causal line X, where X lies at the top of the crest, where the floor needs to be. Kind of shaky. You ride that thing out. It's a lot of battle plans, so you think about this, you're thinking about this few pieces of paper, a few equations, that X, Y, the graph of an entire Kardashian civilization. If we're going to have to keep those things going, here you go. Find out too deep, turn around on some of these. Well, this is the capstone on these. How we wrapping that back around your damn square? It's college. If I can get that in stone mill, sure shit better be. That's what I want. They don't. They just don't. For what this does outside here and how I act and behave to the very few people specifically that I like to do that with. Obviously, technology and the free limits of how that works opens up gates and standards on how that does. It's the hub. I want to know the town meeting. Which ones of these, or your home desk? Because obviously, I don't want the alien Great Gazoo following you around with a video camera. Most of that's going to be in the forensics of the case. given where you're supposed to be 8 hours a day at that desk slamming, I want to know what the information is. That's what you're paying for. You're paying to be above the on-night, off-cycle, or on-day, morning. This is a 32-year set. If this is from 87 with some people on a post, if I saw that game, then I want to see the quantification on that about every night Stone Mill integrated. I'm N1213 into a lot of the triangulations of what this stuff does, prime number sequence of local keys, non-local keys against the gravitational N1/2, code, matrix. They're very simple. That's old school computer hack. It's the early step, especially if you can get that step and understand the program of the 5-foot saws, XYZ floor models, whiteboard training to crew system, ditch run, serviceability, maintenance timelines. You're going to pull all kinds of time out. Cancel the apocalypse. Well, if it turns into green cars and I can see that physics and I got all these people tearing it up, making results that do on the floor, it's like, I will give a brother that stands next to me, and I'll stand next to that brother at the fucking gates. Bring down your house. Redo, because the house is fine. There's particles and things in Epsom sphere involved here about certain physics and math, and it went different. Gravity hit. Timelines to the number. And it's very important. It's a very old note. Caesar, Rome, little pitcher of water that goes to a cup. Bang. That means, like, literally my ears will not hear the words. So don't even bother. There's another case coming through. These gear work functions. Beyond this, if you were sitting in this, you'd understand the same thing. Catch you on the next one.